Unit 12, Managing Selinux. Introducing Selinux, display and modify Selinux file context, manage Selinux booleans, monitor Selinux violations. First of all, what is an Selinux? It is an security enhanced Linux. SE means security enhanced Linux. It is one of the layer of security for the Linux operating system. It is the one of the layer of security for the Linux operating system. This is developed by NSA, that means National Security Agency at USA. It will provides a protection for different files, applications, process, etc. So how to understand this? Linux, we'll see everything one by one. Here I am opening gedit text editor for your understand. Here two types of access control is there. One is DAC and another one is MAC. What is meant by DAC? Discretionary access control. DISCRETIONA, discretionary access control. MAC, mandatory access control. So in this DAC, what are the access control list? What are the permissions is available? chmod, ACL access control list, sudo SUID, SGID, sticky bit, read, write, execute. All these permissions will come up. chmod, change mode, access control list, SUID, SGID, sticky bit, read, write, execute. All these, what are the permissions we are setting for a file or a directory? We can use this DAC. Under this MAC, we have enforce, that is nothing but enforcing. Permissive, disable. What is this? Everything. So Max will comes under Linux. So that means it provides an extra security for the files, applications and process. How? Enforcing is nothing but enable. So enforcing is nothing but enable. That means Linux is enabled. DAC and MAC both are strong. If it is permissive, DAC will be strong, MAC will be weak, but we can get warn messages. Here only DAC will work. So if it is enforcing, that is Selinux is enabled, both Mac and DAC are strong. So that means Selinux is enabled. Selinux also is available. And what are the DAC, CH mode, access control list, sudo, SUID, SGID, all these permissions also will work. If it is permissive, DAC will work. That means what are the permissions. Selinux will not work, but we can get warning messages. What are the users is logged in, what kind of security is provided, everything we can change. But if it is disabled, only DAC will work. We can change the modes. Change the modes from enforcing to permissive, enforcing to permissive, and permissive to enforcing. But no need to restart your server. But if you change, if you enable or disable Selinux, you should restart your server. So how to change this password, how to change these modes, we'll see. Set enforce. 0 is for to setting the enforce into the permissive. Set enforce 1 for enforcing. This is for permissive. To check the status, SC status. So which kind of whether it is enforcing or permissive, whether it is disabled or not, enabled or not. If you want to check the status, is set enforce. What is the configuration file for this? /etc/sysconfig/ Selinux. sysconfig/ Selinux. So we can enable or set. So Selinux has 3 modes. One is enforcing, and another one is permissive, and last one is disabled. So enforcing means both Mac and DAC are strong, and permissive means only DAC, but you can get the warning messages. Disabled means only DAC, even we don't get the warning messages. From enforcing to permissive and permissive to enforcing, if you are changing that modes, no need to reboot your server. But if you are enabling or disabling of Selinux, you should reboot your server. How to set the enforce is enforce equal to 0, that is enforce 0 is for permissive, and set enforce 1 is enforcing. So how kind of information, how kind of protection it is provides for your services, we will see an example in the lab. Okay, now topics over here. This is Selinux. Under this, context will be there. Context, booleans, AO, violations. These are the main topics in this Selinux. So before going to that, we can check first of all this Selinux. So you have to check SC status. Selinux status is enabled. It is mounted under Selinux. The current mode is enforcing. Mode from configuration file is Selinux policy and configuration file. Set enforce 0. Now you can check here SC status. It is permissive. The current mode is permissive. If you are changed into the 1, now the permissive will be changes into the enforcing. Configuration file is vim slash etc slash sys config slash Selinux. So Selinux is enforcing. Target is type. So it has 3 modes, enforcing and these things. Display. So what is the context? So just we can check over here. Context is nothing but labeling. Context is nothing but labeling. That means we are providing a label for a file. If the file is in under some another home directory, so what is the status? What is the context for that? If it is under TMP directory, what is the context for that? These kind of things we are going to discussing over here. So how we'll see? It will be work on that. Cal so this calendar, what are the output I send to the home directory, same thing I can send to the TMP temporary directory, same thing I can move into the /var/ www/html/cal. Now we can check the context of the any file, ls space -z, any file or directory, ls space -z cal. So it is under admin_home_it. So this is the context of your cal file. Same thing if you are given in TMP, ls space -z/tmp/cal user_tmp_t, ls space -z/var/www/html/cal httpd_sys_content_t. So like this it will be changes. If you want to change the context, why you want to change the context first of all? So the file is somewhere, it is there, so that file I want to be using for NFS service. So NFS I don't have the directory, I can't move into that. From here only I can change the context, that context. So whenever I change that context, then I can use that file. So how we'll see now. So here we have a file that is cal only. Just we can create cat space greater than space 1 2 3. So for this ls space -z 1 2 3 4. admin home underscore t. Now we can see the context of the 1234 file. So that is admin underscore home underscore t. Now I want to change the context for this file. chcon space hyphen t nfs underscore t 1234. I change the context. Type is chcon change context hyphen t type nfs underscore t. The file name is t. So now you can check ls space hyphen capital Z 1234. Now it changes into the nfs underscore t. Right now, if you given restore con space hyphen r recursively that 1234 file. You can check now the context restored admin underscore home underscore t. So like this we can change the context for a file. So that means why you want to change this context for the file or something or directory. So now I want to use this 1234 file. It is saved under home underscore t. That means in the root home directory. I want to use this one for NFS. So I can't move into the NFS because NFS is somehow slash NFS is having the disk is full. So I want to use this for NFS service. So for that I can change NFS underscore t. Now I can use. After that my use is over. So whatever I can use. Now I want to be back. So I can give back restore corner. And one more here, booleans will be there. So what is this booleans? How can we use this booleans? Right, those booleans also will discuss. So here you are able to see here system underscore u and object underscore r unconfined hyphen u. Right, what are these are? Users, role, domain. We'll see here user unconfined hyphen u, that means unprotected user, system hyphen u, system user, user hyphen u, that is normal user. What is the role? Object underscore r. So if it is a file, it is like this, system underscore r, users and process, processes. Domain, which domain we are using? Unconfined hyphen r. So that means unprotected file or process. So each file or folder or service has an associated label, right? We already seen that. So three types of context will be there. That is by user, role and domain. Same thing we checked out there. Same thing if you given for process. Unconfined user, that means confined role and protector type. We can get for all these things for the users. So we already first only we provided, right? That means Selinux has the provides the security for file and for process. Like this it will be provided. And what is meant by booleans? So we have a number of boolean options will be there. The service control by the certain actions with set of options is defined as boolean. What is meant by boolean? A service control certain actions with a set of options defined as a boolean. So that means we have a service, NFS service is there. That service if you want to control, so with a set of actions, that means we have to provide a read, write, execute permission. If you want to provide read only permission, if you want to provide only write permission. So all these are set of options, right? Since all these set of options we can define as a boolean. BOLL, boolean. So to get the booleans, what is the command? Get SCB bool space -a. All the booleans will be displayed. Under that, if you want grep, you can get SC bool space -a grep if you want NFS. So that means it will be search whatever the SC booleans will be there of related to NFS, it will display. So after that, whatever you want to changes, so if you want to boolean on or off, you can set it out there. So for that, set SC bool space boolean name equal to 1 or 0. So we already know 1 is for on, 0 is for off. 1 is for on, 0 is for off. How to set these booleans we'll see. If you want to set in permanent limits, set SC bool space -p that boolean name equal to 1 or 0. So how to set these booleans we'll see now. In the lab, get SC bool space -a. Whatever related to the services, HTTP service, virtualization service, FTP service, NFS service, Samba, every services they has. We already seen over here. What is a boolean? A service control certain actions with a set of options defined as a boolean. So okay, all these set of actions we can define as a boolean. So under this, I need a boolean of NFS. Grep NFS. It's all these booleans. So NFS export all read only equal to on, and read export all read write equal to on. Right, it is on. Now I want to off this one. Set SC bool space without permanently. First I am giving NFS underscore export hyphen all equal to, that is already on, so I am giving 0 off. You can check here, this is off. Once I off means it will check in your NFS service. So just you can check slash etc slash vim etc slash exports. So in this file you don't have anything over here. Once you have, you can get it. I will show you in the server side. So before that, you are able to mount, right? Mount space hyphen t NFS. We already given in vim slash etc slash fs tab. The share I given over here, say when I deleted, leave space hyphen h, unmount it, mount slash share. Right. Earlier we are switch on that booleans, that's why we are able to do. So now I'm moving into the server. See, I'm in instructor, that means I'm in server. va slash in slash etc slash exports. Here read only permissions is there, FTP and NFS home guest file. Save and exit. Now I'm going to assign the Selinux here. Set sc bool space, what is the bools, we don't know. So for that, get sc bool space hyphen a grep NFS, set sc bool NFS underscore export underscore all underscore RO equal to 0. Redouble equal to 0. Check here, those are off, these two are off. Now service NFS restart. I'm in Helios now. Mount space hyphen t NFS 192.168.0.254 0.254 slash where slash NFS slash share. df space hyphen h. If I on, it will be used. Okay, now see, I'm coming out from this. is enabled. Service NFS restart. So now we can be able to share our file like this. It will be work booleans, and one more here, violations is will be there. Just what is that? So whenever the kernel related to that, everything will comes to the audit.d. So that audit.d, if you have /var/log/audit/audit.log, so whatever the related to the messages, we told that if it is in permissive, it will gives a warning message. That warning message will be saved under /var/log/audit/audit.log. Here it will be saved. So for this, it has an audit package is required. To troubleshoot of that server package, it should be under SCD dispatch. From that, it goes to the troubleshooter, so you can get the alert messages from /var/log/messages. So which type of, if it is a notification, if it is any applet, if it is any, we can call as alerts, we can call as report. So we'll see in this one. cd/var/log/audit/cat space audit.log. So these are all our logs. We change set a symbol, we changes, right? So we got it. So what NFS export all read write equal to 0. We only changes. So everything is related to you. It will be changes in this audit.log. So based on that, we can troubleshoot. So what happened, we don't know. So from that, what we can get it, we can able to see here. Then we can troubleshoot your Selinux. So like that, Selinux we can use. So using this Selinux, it provides an extra security for the services. How, we already seen. So Selinux is for your local machine. Firewall, it is for your network. It is also provides a security for the services based on the blocking of the ports or based on the unblocking of the ports. But that is for your network. But your only local machine, if you want to provide a security for those services, means booleans is required. That is nothing but Selinux is required.